What's important about the Latino community is that it's a growing and young population. And the work that needs to be done is to really make sure that our community understands the voices that they can bring.
Our voice has been very quiet still up to this point. And so part of our goal with RevEd is really to help parents, students, community leaders to start getting involved in day-to-day pieces of education. We want to see our parents holding forums, maybe organizing, going to board meetings, writing op-ed pieces.
One of the things that I look at is in the United States, there are 3 times as many Hispanic or Latino students as there are teachers. And in Kansas City, it's 1% of those teachers identify as Hispanic or Latino. And currently we have a little over 51,000 students that actually identify as Hispanic or Latino. So part of it is the students do not feel represented within even the system itself. They don't see someone that looks like them, that thinks like them, that has experiences like them. So when that happens, there's a sense of isolation that occurs.
Latinos are probably the group of people of color who are less likely to be engaged. So we do know that from statistics, that we're less likely to vote. There's also some issues around people who can't vote. So we have to even be stronger voices for those that are unable to vote.
Our vision for RevEd is a community in which everyone kind of knows their political power. It makes a difference who's being elected and how they're serving, and not only putting people into office, but once they're there, how do we hold them accountable?
There's been question about, is it a revolution? And I'm going to tell you it is. It is time for us to stand up and really speak loudly for ourselves as a community, but also for the families who sometimes can't speak for themselves.
It should be a revolution in mindset, in the way we're thinking, in going out there and understanding that there's a lot of work to be done. We can't do it alone. We need the community, right? We just can't. We're just a few, interested members of the community, but we need more voices to be heard. We need that support, and not only do we need that support, but we need people to be engaged. We need folks that are interested in empowering our youth and our families across the metro, so that they're creating these, support groups and making sure that these students, as they're graduating, understand that there are opportunities out there for them to get involved, to make a real difference.
In a time right now where inequities and injustice lie, the strong name represents the fact that we do have a fight as we move forward to really make sure that we engage and we build leadership, and we're doing it together, collaboratively, in collective impact.
If you've ever felt like your voice is not heard, if you're not represented, we need to get you involved. You need to be part of the solution.
As we're just starting, one of the key things that we're doing is really listening. How is the system serving us now, and what can we do better?
The leadership that we have right now in Edgar Palacios is very exciting. He is definitely a rising star who has a real belief in the things that we're trying to do. So when I think of somebody who leads a revolution, I think of an Edgar Palacios who has hunger, passion, and just desire to make sure that the lives of others, especially our parents or students, is best for all.
It's time for our power to show. Now's the time to engage in a revolution. Now's the time around education that we know is so important to our community, and it's a value that extends and builds not only assets and wealth, but it gets us to where we need to close that wealth gap and be working for our grandkids and after that, because we have a lot of catching up to do. And it's time to show that collective power that we know we have in numbers, Now we need to do it in voices and in civic engagement, and the fight is here, and it's now.